What's up, y'all? We're waiting for people to come in the room. A minute or two. I'm waiting for people to come in the room. So, today I'm going to talk to you about why it is so important for African America to have a presence in Africa. That's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm waiting for people to get in, to come in the room. Waiting for a few people, to come in the room. And yeah, it's not gonna be too long, maybe half an hour max, and I'm gonna be through. Hear that? Wonder if it's inside the house or that's coming from the outside. Do you guys hear that sound? It's like I don't know if it's a bug. I can't tell, but I know it's an insect. Like, it's some type of like insect. Maybe it's a bug. Now I don't know if it's in the house, if it's in my bedroom, or if it's outside. But I hear it though. I don't know if y'all can hear that sound, but it's a bug that makes this type of sound, and I wonder if it's in the room or if it's coming from the outside. That I don't know. But I want to talk about why it is so important for African Americans to have their presence in Africa. Uh, the first thing that I would think of is stress. Um, Even for those who don't intend living in Africa, Africa can be your spot, your place for detox. I mean, the level of stress, the stress level that we go through in America, I feel like Africa is the place to detox, to I don't know, but with the level of stress that we endure in America on a daily basis, I feel like at least like once a year we can use Africa to detox, and then back again. And so yeah, stress. So my number one reason why African Americans should move to Africa, not move to Africa, I mean move to Africa or visit Africa or have a presence in Africa is for the stress. Over in America we act as like a robot. In Africa you are back acting like a normal human being. In America, we pretty much work like a robot. It's like everything is like scheduled. everything is planned. In Africa, things now, like in Africa, people are actually human. Like people live in Africa like human beings. And in the West, people in America, people live like programmed robot. So I feel like that's why I feel like Africa can be that place for the many of us to come and relax. I know it's expensive as far as airfare is concerned. I know it's expensive to travel to Africa, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Um, Being in Africa for 2 weeks is definitely going to clear your mind. It's definitely going to change your mind. And if you do have like property in Africa, I mean, you could pretty much beat stress. Um, I take for example me. Like my house is not completed yet. I'm still, working. I'm still building. But the fact that I have property in Africa and I got food security in Africa, I could be back in America and avoid being stressed because knowing what I have here, I won't be, taking all the abuse that we normally do uh, due to uh, paying our rent and our bills and a lot of other things that we gotta pay to survive in America. So me being back, like if I went back to America, I'll be less pressure to do certain things because I have property in Africa and I wouldn't take crap from nobody because I know I have my backup plan. You know, my options. I pretty much just have more options. You know, I can choose not to take the abuse and just fly right back to Africa and not take no abuse from nobody. So that's the advantage of having property in Africa. Once you do have property in Africa and you have food security, America becomes a place for like shopping and visiting friends. I mean, that's how America is to me, like a place where I go to shop and visit friends and family, and then I'm back here. So coming to Africa or moving to Africa is freedom. It is freedom. I know that Africa has its problems. You know, the same. I feel like the same problems we do have in America, because the fight against us is global. But one thing I know about Africa that's different from America is that you have an option to, isolate yourself, something you cannot do in America. Like, that's one thing that I like most about Africa is that you know the battle, the fight against us, like against us people. the fight against us, that's global. In America, right, you cannot escape the daily, I mean, not the daily abuse, but you cannot escape because America doesn't give you a chance to isolate yourself. Like you gotta go through all the barriers and all that stuff almost like on a daily basis. In Africa, although uh, their governments are bought and paid for, if you have a brain and you know what you're doing and you want to get away from all the chaos, I mean, you want to get away from uh, things, the way things are, you can always isolate yourself. You know, that's one thing that I like about Africa. Like, I take, for example, me, I got my little house that I'm building in the city, and then I got uh, cabins in the jungle. Let's say I wanted to move to the jungle, I would never have to interact with government. Even in my little my villa that I'm building in the city, I will barely have to, deal with the government. I build it, it's mine. I don't got to answer nobody for it. It's my house. Nobody's coming at me and asking me to pay property taxes and stuff like that. So that's the thing that I like about Africa is that we know what's going on in the world, especially with the pandemic. We know what's going on, and we don't want to be a part of it. We can't isolate ourselves and get out of it, and that's the thing that Africa gives us is the opportunity, the ability to remove yourself from society if you feel like society isn't doing enough for you. You can remove yourself from it. Something that is damn near impossible in America. You might want to remove yourself from society in America and start living in the woods, but chances are, even in the woods, you are going to be bothered. I mean, a park ranger seeing a black man living in the woods is going to raise their antenna. I mean, they're going to do everything to get you out of there. I mean, a park ranger who sees an African American, living in the woods in America, it doesn't matter where you are. If they see you in the woods, living in there, it's going to raise their antenna. They're going to call the cop on you. They're going to run. They are going to run your license for warrants and stuff like that. I mean, they are going to bother you all the time to get you out of there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, uh, getting away or isolating yourself from society in America is a lot harder than isolating yourself in Africa. In Africa, you could pretty much isolate yourself. Even like living in a city, you can still, isolate yourself from society. Like the way I do it, because over here people are a little slow. I mean, they don't get all the dangers that we are facing. They are so naive and so ignorant. So the way I do is I try to be friendly with most, like with everybody. Like I try to be friendly, but at the same time, you know, I don't allow people to get, too close to me. Like I have my boundaries. Like I don't like because of their mentality. I keep boundaries. I don't let them get too close to me. So that's the way I am over here. Not because I hate the people over here. I love them. I like them a lot. But the fact that they are still naive, you know, sometimes I just have to, keep boundaries so that I don't get hurt and they don't get hurt. Nobody gets hurt. So you come into Africa and like if you decide to leave to stay in Africa and you know living in the city, if you don't want to be part of society, even though you are still in the city out here, you can still isolate yourself from society. If you were to build a house like I'm doing, you got your solar panel so you don't depend on the national grid. You could also uh, dig your water well or borehole, so you will have your water, you will have your electricity. Once you have those two things, you would the only thing that's left for you to do is to wake up in the morning, go to the market and buy your food. So if you have a refrigerator, you could buy food. You could buy food like 2 or 3 times a week. But what I'm trying to say is that being in Africa, you have a lot more opportunity. You have this capability to isolate yourself and just be by yourself and not being bothered. Like, I'm building my house, and once I move in there, and nobody's coming to me every month asking for property tax. Nobody's coming at me for bare damn nothing. Like, nobody's coming for me for nothing. It's just going to be me, myself, and I. If I was to get a satellite dish, I would buy my satellite dish, install my satellite dish at my house, and pay a monthly fee. And nobody's gonna come at my house. Like I gotta go buy a new card for my satellite dish. Like nobody's coming to your house asking you to pay for your satellite dish for your cable. You are either going to go and pay for it, or it's just going to go out. Nobody's coming at you. Yeah, there is no bills coming at your house about paying your cable bill. Nobody is going to come to your house for that. It's the same thing with electricity. If you took electricity from the grid, nobody's coming at your house, begging you to pay your electric bill. For the most part, it's prepaid. At the beginning of the month, you would go, buy electricity from the power company, and what you bought is what is given. So at the end of the month, you would have to go back and buy some more. Like, there's actually nobody coming to your house asking you to pay your electric bill. So, uh, what else? So, like I said, um, living in Africa, we have more opportunity. We can isolate ourselves from all the chaos from society, and because we all know, like, for the most part, like, everybody who's like listening, we are fed up with the way society is run. You know, um, when I left America because I was not satisfied with the way society is run in America. And given that America has influence in a lot, in many parts of the world, you know, when I when I came to Africa, I just knew to, you know, everything that I was not happy about in America, when I see it here, I just dock it. Like whatever I was not happy with in America, every time I see it on the continent, I will dock it and stay away from it. I'm not uh, I'm not going through things that I ran away from in America. So, and pretty much most people who would be listening to my listening to my live show, pretty much all of them are fed up with the way society is run over there in America. Like pretty much like almost everybody, they are all fed up with the way society is run in America, in Canada, in the UK. You know, people are fed up, and Africa is that place to provide, you know, an exit, an exit strategy. Africa is the place. Um, Now I will tell you how I moved to Africa. Uh, I was coming to Africa for I started coming to Africa in 2014. I stayed in this. I adapted this country. This country adapted me in 2015. You know, I had traveled to like it was like 10 African countries before getting into this one, and this country right here adapted me since 2015. And since 2015, what I would do is, you know, I would work in America for 6 months in a year. Like I'll go over there, find something to do. I would do it for 6 months, and 6 months I would be out here. I would spend 6 months uh, in Africa, and I did that from 2015 all the way till 2000, all the way to the pandemic, and it felt good. It felt good, and the 6 month that I would spend in America seems to be longer than the 6 months that I would be spending out here. I mean, out here, time I didn't even pay attention. Like when you are in Africa, you don't pay attention to time because in Africa, people live life. People actually like enjoy life. Nobody got time to. Nobody's looking at their watch like, what time is it? People are just living. Like people are only interested in living life. So since 2015 until the pandemic, like, I would be in America, you know, hustle, get a little bit of money, and then, you know, fly out here, and the money that I had, you know, with all the money that I had saved, I would show myself out here and stay here for 6 months. So I usually came before raining season. Like I would be here by like May of every year. I'm here, and then I would leave in like December. December, I'll run back to America and hustle, get a little bit of money, you know, and then knowing that I will be coming back in May. So I did that, and me doing that, I actually felt like it made me a better person. It gave me options in life, and it lowered my stress level. And those are the things that you will benefit if you tried it. You know, there's a lot of gigs in America. I mean, pick you could pick one or two, work a few months, and spend a few months in Africa. And it worked out for me. Like, it did work out. And when I decided to, pack my bags and just stay, I mean, it was easy because I had already started the process even before I had decided to stay for good. So I was like that. I was like that, just going back and forth. 6 months in America, 6 months over here. Like, I came with my money, paid for the house that I would be staying in, and then stay. Like, for the most part, I would pay for the whole year, and the 6 month I was not here. Like, the 6 month I was not here, my lady friend would stay in the house, and I would be in America. You know, so I would always pay for the whole year because it's cheap. I can afford it. You know, it's only like $100 a month, so that's 1,200 for the year. So I would I would pay for the whole entire year all the time. You know, whenever like whenever I went back to America and I worked, I always took the rent money, and I always paid for like the whole year. And the like all my other like all the other like all my savings that was left was for buying and food and party money and stuff like that. And I think it was like 2019 or 2018, something like that. And I think it was 2019 that I got adopted in 2018 by a village, you know, and that village in 2019 gave me a piece of land in the jungle. They took me to the jungle. They said, okay, this is the forest. You could take from here to over there. I mean, this is you. Clear it out and work whatever it is that you're going to plan it in there. And that's what I did. They took me over there, showed me a place where I could work, and I did it, and I took it. So even before I had decided to stay in Africa for good, I was already given land. They gave me 100 plus acres. They told me to clear the land and develop it. So I took the land, and when the pandemic hit and all that craziness started, I decided that this is a sign. This is a sign. I don't need to be going back to America to hustle to get some money and come back to Africa. I felt like I was good and ready. I felt like I got my chickens. I got food that I'm growing on the land, and I got a place to stay. I felt like I can carry on, and I had to always run back to America. I felt like I was ready, and hired the drivers. Thank you. Hired your rival. Yeah, it was a blessing, right? And that applies to all of us coming from the diaspora. I mean, come to Africa, be humble, get to a village, be humble, you know, uh, eat with them, live with them, and they will give you land. They'll definitely give you land. They'll definitely share stuff. Like they'll definitely share things with you. If you come in, you are humble, and you eat with them, share a lot of things with them. They will definitely, you know, um, they will definitely give you land to develop. That's what I did. You know, I got adopted by them. I was with them. Uh, when I was here at first, I didn't want to stay in the city. I wanted to stay in an area that's like less noisy and family friendly. So I went and started staying in one village that I have found out about, and I stayed over there and started like studying the people, being with the people. They saw that and they were happy. They knew that I was sincere. They knew that I wasn't trying to play them or anything like that. And you gotta be sincere. Like don't come here trying to trick the villagers uh, just because you think they are a little naive and you feel like you're going to trick them. That's not cool. I mean, some people might be like some people actually do that. Like they will trick them, and take advantage of them. I mean, that's not cool. Like I don't recommend and anybody coming through and thinking of tricking the people over here just because they are a little naive. So, like I was saying, I was coming here, like I was staying in Africa 6 months out of the year, and in America, I would be there for 6 months, and that's how I was able to, familiarize myself. Uh, I was able to get used to being in Africa because I was doing the back and forth. If I didn't like it, me going back to America the first time, I was not coming back to Africa, but I kept coming back because my body was at peace. I was at peace coming to Africa. I was always excited uh, when I was coming out. I was always excited, and I'll be sad going back to America. Every time I was going back to America, I would be sad. Like the plane ride would be so long, and I actually like I would be at the airport questioning myself, like why are you ID? Like I would be questioning myself, like why are you going back there? Like why are you going back there? You don't need to go there. Just stay here. Like I'll be like questioning myself at the terminals, like why am I going? Why am I going there? Why am I going? I don't need to go there. But coming to Africa, man, I would be like the most exciting person alive coming into Africa. But going back to America, I would be questioning myself like crazy, asking myself why, and finding reason not to go to America and just and stay here. I think that's why it was easy. That's why it was easy for me to make that decision to stop going to America and just focus in Africa. And by the time the pandemic hit, I had already acquired land, and I knew that I could grow my own food, and I knew that I can also build my place to stay. Like I can like build me a house to stay, and I knew then that I don't need to be going back and forth to America. So I stayed, and I feel like a lot of people, a lot of us in America can do this. Like we can actually leave. We can actually decide to stay 6 months out of the year in America and 6 months out of the year in Africa. Just is helpful. The challenges for me going back to America is that I had to go back to my parents' house. So when I went back to America, I had to leave in the basement at my parents' house, and I had to do I had to hustle to get money. You know, I don't know about many of y'all, like when you would have to, come into Africa, stay in Africa for 6 months, and going back to America. I don't know how your living situation is going to be like. For me, it was going back because when I started doing the 6 months out of the year in Africa and 6 months in America, I sold all my stuff, and I took some of my stuff to my parents' house in Philadelphia, and had them in the basement, and some of the stuff I had sold. So I was free, like I was free, like I wasn't like my lease was over and I didn't sign any new lease. I got out of all of that. Uh, Credit cards, like I got rid of all the credit cards. I mean, I'm not telling you to get rid of all your credit cards. They might help, so keep them. For me, I just felt like I don't like at the time. I just felt like I was through. I was through with America. I was just tired of it, and I felt like all everything that was America was just bad news for me. So I was getting rid of almost everything. That's why I even got rid of my credit cards. But I got rid of all my credit cards. I sold a lot of my stuff, like everything that I couldn't take back uh, to Philadelphia. I sold because I was living in Miami, and when I decided that I need to just go somewhere else because I was going through a lot of stuff. So I got my U-Haul, drove all the way to Philadelphia, park all my things in my parents' basement. Now I was able with all that I was free. Like I had nothing that would even the car. I took the registration back. I canceled the registration and took it back to the DMV, and took my car. Actually, I took my car to Pennsylvania. I got rid of my registration. I got that too. I got rid of my registration so I don't get those car taxes at the end of the. Now they come like every 6 months. So I got rid of the car and drove to Pennsylvania. So and when I came, like I said before coming to Africa, I went to Europe and Asia, and it didn't do it for me. So when I came to Africa, I knew it was the place to be. So I just knew it was the place to be. And like I said, you can do it too. I mean, if you have a place that you know that you could always, when you are in America, you could always crash there. If you have a friend house, a family house, or someplace that you could rely on, you could crash and stay there for a little while before leaving and going back to Africa. Try doing what I'm doing and try coming to Africa and spending at least a couple of months out of the year. I mean, if you got a house in America, I mean, you instead of doing 6 months, you can do 2 3 months out of the year. But I'm telling you right now, if you did 3 months, 2 months in Africa, you wouldn't want to put up with what we got to put up with in America. That you could trust me on that. Um, After you had spent over 2 months in Africa, you wouldn't want to put up with all the things that we put up with in America. You your you're just gonna have your options line is just going to expand to a point where you don't feel like there's some things that you won't be like, or you won't have to do uh, put up with. So for those who are interested in to like doing what I did as far as coming spending a few months out of the year in Africa, I mean, you could do 2 months. You could do if you have a house in America and you still gotta pay your mortgage and stuff like that. When I started coming to Africa, like I was young. I wasn't, I didn't have a house then. I did not buy a house. I was paying rent, so it was easy for me to, when my lease was over, it was easy for me to give up on it. On my own. It was easy for me to get out of there and do what I'm doing. But for those who are paying mortgage, I mean, it's going to be a little tough. Blessing, be grateful. It's going to be tough, but you can do it. You can do it. But it's going to be tough. But like I said, for me, I my lease was over. I got out of there. And when I'm back in America, I'm staying at my parents' house. You know, I'm staying at their house, so it's easier. I mean, it's easy for me to go when I'm back in America. I'm just staying there. So you need to uh, anybody interested in coming to Africa, you need to find a place, or you need to have somebody who would always take you in. Uh, a place where you can always be, and nobody will get mad because you are staying there. But the advantage of Africa are so humongous. It's just too many. Like the stress level out of the window. The food. I mean, the food is fresh. You would know when you get like you would know where like you are on the continent. Like once you get to the continent, don't eat nothing that's imported. Eat everything that's locally grown, or grow your own, and you would see the benefits. I mean, if you whatever disease you got in America, if you want a cure, come to Africa. I know what I'm talking about. Whatever disease you got in America, if you want to get rid of whatever disease you got in America, come to Africa. Africa is going to clean you. Africa is going to clean you. There's no disease that these people cannot cure. They will cure AIDS. There is nothing these people can cure. They cure all kinds of disease. Whatever these people go into laboratory inventing, these people in Africa always find solution to get rid of whatever disease these people manufacture in laboratory. So the food is incredible. The people are friendly. I mean, all kinds of stuff in Africa. There's all kinds of stuff in Africa. Uh, uh, if you wanted to start a family, you know, if you wanted to start a family as a man, as a woman, if you are like into like getting hooked up with somebody from like a local, I mean that's available. If you're a dude and looking for for girls or a girl, I mean that's available. And if you're a girl looking for guys, that's also available. I mean they are here. They are here. And you will be amazed. Once you get, you would be amazed. You would definitely be amazed. Like all you gotta do is show up. Show up and you will be amazed. So if it's love life, it's relationship, if you had bad encounters when it comes to relationships in America and you wanted to start anew and you wanted to try something else, your girl come to Africa, your guy come to Africa and try and try. Don't once you get them, don't act American with them. Don't be westernized with them. Because if you do, then you would be nothing but an opportunity. When you are in Africa, act and pretend to be African. Because if you are all that, you when in Africa, always act and pretend to be African. Um, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna continue talking about this topic tomorrow. You know, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about my experience. Like I'll talk about things that I do, and that should inspire you. Also, give you some pointers of things that you can do, uh, how to navigate uh, to Africa. So yeah, be great for you. Thank you. So yeah, I will be going more in depth about this topic. So, and I will tell you about my journey, like how everything started. I will keep telling you, so you know what to do when you get here. And so I'm going to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here, and I know it's 7 p.m. In the East Coast because my computer has the East Coast time on it. But I will, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, same time tomorrow. I'll keep telling you about my experience, and I think that would help you. But like I said, Africa got all kinds of stuff for those of us wanting some change. Africa got everything that we need, and we definitely need to come to Africa, come visit, get familiar, get a presence in Africa. Do like just be in Africa, you know, by your presence, by your like being Africa physically or being Africa mentally. We all need Africa. I'm telling you, Africa is a healing place, and I feel like we go through a lot of things in America because these the people over there, they feel like we don't have an escape route. They feel like we don't have nowhere else to go. I think that's why the abuse is the way, like that's why the abuse is the way it is, because for the most part a lot of us don't have an escape route. They feel like we're just there. That's all we know. America, Canada, UK. That's all we know. But once you have an escape route, the treatment is also going to change, and you are going to change also. Once you step foot in Africa and start living in Africa, your mentality, the way you see life, is going to change, and you won't be taking, you won't be you won't be letting these people take advantage of you or abuse you anymore. So on that note, like, share, subscribe, share it